Sagittarius, Merry Christmas to those recent subscribers that have joined us only today or recently. Welcome and Merry Christmas to you. Thanks for joining us for your synopsis. As you can see, the chart is already moving here, and this really is a peak period for you, given that there is a solar eclipse on the 4th of December taking place right there, smack bang in your sun sign. There it is, and it's around 7, 9, 12 degrees, not quite midway. So those of you that are born just before the midway point of Sagittarius, this is going to have most of an impact on you, and it is redefining the way that you see yourself big time. It's the first angle of the horoscope. It's what we call the foundation of the horoscope, and the sun sign is your personality, your drive, your willpower. It is also the spiritual force. And the karmic planets here, the South Node and the North Node, are always involved in those eclipses. So when the eclipse takes place in your sun sign with one of the nodes, and it's been transiting through here for the last 18 months, but I think this is why I say the peak. It's bringing you in very, very deep connection with your own self. And some of those parts of your nature you are not necessarily going to want to look at. You notice also the planet of past karma. This 5th house is your past karma. Saturn is the natural planet of past karma. But you notice here Mars is going to make its way also out of this 12th house, spiritual house, into the sun sign. I think it's around the 14th of December. And that is going to also activate the eclipse energies. So there's an important opening up here. You know, the eclipse does tend to shut off the energies of the sun. And you know, there are a couple of, there it is there, the 14th of December, as I predicted. See, my predictions come true. The 14th, it's moved here. That actually activates your energy. And I think for you, this eclipse is going to motivate you, Sag. Excuse me. It's going to motivate you to do more, to be more dynamic, to take more initiative in the things that mean something to you. The 1st, 5th, and 9th house, the sun is ruling this 9th house of mentorship, spiritual guardianship, religious values, spiritual insights. And so all of these things are tied in with the motion of that transit in your sun sign. The effects of that are going to be felt more, I think, in the early part of 2022. So there's a little bit of a sneak preview on that. And that's because the eclipse effects often are delayed and happen, as we can see here, when Mars starts to activate that degree. It was around 12 degrees. It's at 4 degrees at this point on the 20th of December. So that's why I'm giving you a bit of a sneak preview that the dynamic energy and the lessons that you're going to learn from this eclipse are more likely to take place there in the first part of 2022. Also on the 18th of December, Venus, planet of friendships, moves into its retrograde motion. The Sun on the 22nd moves into this 2nd house, along with Mercury, which I think around the 14th or 15th also moved into this area, to congregate there with the, really, it can be called insidious, Pluto. Pluto is force majeure. It forces things. It's compulsive. It's the ruler of Scorpio, the 12th house of hidden things. You've got to be careful with the way you manage your money. Venus is the planet of profit. Mars is the planet of losses. That hasn't yet hit that point. But you've got to be careful. And it's good to see Venus making its retrograde motion here in the 2nd house of finance. And it's connected to the planet of marriage, love, and partnership here. So there's a strong connection here with your friendships, your spouse, and business alliances here. So there could be some new ideas that are hatching, new ways that you can make money. Perhaps with so much energy there, you've got to be careful that you don't disperse yourself towards the end of the year. We see that occurs around they're getting closer and closer around the 29th and 30th of December. On the 31st, of course, we have the last day of the year. And so we see that the combined influence of these 4 planets in your finance house makes Christmas this year very much about receipt. This could be more gifts than usual, lucky you. There could be some bonuses also that you hadn't expected from your work, because Mercury is also ruling this upper part of your horoscope, the 10th house, and Venus, the 11th. So the retrogression shows there may be a little bit of a delay. There could be some information that comes to hand that says, hey, wow, you've earned a little bit of extra money. That's good news. But because of the retrogression, you may need to wait for that. It could be a delayed reaction. I'm trying to get up all the 2022 horoscopes, the yearly horoscopes. Pop on over to astrology.com.au. That's my website. We've got a lot of information there, a lot of free sort of psychic readings that you can have. I normally recommend it's best to start the year with a personalised reading. I'm here if you want to do that. I'm going to tell you some things I haven't mentioned here for your ears only, not for the general populace. Drop me a line if you're interested in that. I'd like you to have a very safe, happy, prosperous Christmas. I'll be back in the new year, and I do pray for your welfare. See you then. Bye-bye now.